this rib recipe does take a good 24 hours because we set the rub on it for 24 hours. So right after you do the salmon, do the ribs, okay? I have here some lovely beef ribs. You can go to the butcher and ask for the beef ribs to be cut any way that you want them to be cut. So these, I think that I requested them to be 3 inches long by 2 inches wide, and it'll give a very good amount of meat versus bone ratio. So you can always do that. And the rub on it is going to be some salt. And again, we have some brown sugar. And what does the salt and brown sugar do? It
tenderize it.
It cures it and it tenderizes it, yes.
Can you use that Morton's Quick Tender?
I've not used it. I'm sure that it probably works. But this is sea salt. Yes. You can use sea salt. You can use kosher salt. Anything along those lines would be fine. We have a little bit of garlic powder, some black pepper, some cayenne. Lots of good stuff. And be creative with your spice rub. You don't necessarily have to buy one from the store, but if you don't want to buy one, if you want to buy one, feel free. So make sure that they're all mixed in together.
Oh no, it's okay.
And the part of a rub is because you rub it. So we're going to coat it. So make sure that it's all of it is coated, as you can see. And then I'm going to take some more. We're going to actually rub it into the meat. It just tenderizes the meat a little bit more than letting it sit on top. You're actually forcing it into the meat and into the little fatty piece that's along the top. Pepper, salt, sugar, a little bit of cayenne. There is coffee. A little bit of mocha rub going on. This is really funny. Just as a side note, I was at a lunch today that talked about the train developments in the Kansas City area. So this is good times. Okay, now I told you earlier that we're going to experiment with the smoker. Now is the time that we're going to do it. So let's go ahead and get that turned on high because we want to start it really going.
And there's no moisture in that pan at all except what is in the wood chip.
There's absolutely no moisture going on. Right, except for the water that the wood chips absorbed. So. Now the side that goes with this is going to be brown rice and quinoa. Has anybody eaten quinoa? Yes. Breakfast or lunch? Soup?
It was salad.
Quinoa salad. Cold? Like pasta salad? Okay, how about anybody else? Yes? Breakfast? Lunch? Hot? Cold?
Hot.
Fantastic. All right, so quinoa is one of my favorite grains. It's a super grain. It's, I think, by the ancient, I think it's the Aztecs, actually cultivated it the first time. It's the only grain that has, it's actually complete protein. So it has all the amino acids that is required for it to be a protein. And then if you pair it with something like lentils, it is awesome. It's absolutely fantastic. So just another little note for you to pick up on. And, you know, I think that while we're kind of waiting and hanging out, why don't we get a little bit more of those Chateau cheeses going? You want to taste some more?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, that sounds great. So we have made up little individual cheese plates for you that will be going out. And I think on the cheese plate is, Michael?
We have a Havarti cheese, the first one there. New Perona's the second one. The Perino is the third. I'm trying to think all the different cheeses.
Lily? Did you do any Lily?
We do have a Lily cheese. And I believe, is it Dutch master?
What, like Adam?
Gouda?
It's like a
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we still haven't quite got this thing going here.
Do you have a wine list in your restaurant?
We do have a wine list. Absolutely. And Renée Kelly's is predominantly a private event facility, the actual castle. So, and we do all types of fun stuff, corporate events, weddings, receptions, rehearsal dinners, private dinners, any type of celebration imaginable, we do it. And we're also going to be open to the public on Thursday nights, starting in May, for happy hour from 5 to 9. And then starting Easter, we're going to be open for Sunday brunch. So, yes. It'll be fun, and it'll be something, both of those nights you can just order off of the menu. So it's open to the public. All right. Yeah, absolutely.
I call the same
So quinoa is a very small little grain. It looks like sesame. It looks like birdseed almost. Or I grew up in a Milo field, so it'll actually probably it might be with the rice in some stores, and then in other stores it's going to be with like the breakfast cereals. So you kind of have to look for it. It is a rule to always wash your grains before you use them. I had somebody tell me, well, quinoa cannot be good for you. You have to rinse it before you can use it. It's poisonous. That is not true. You're supposed to wash rice before you use it. You're supposed to wash barley, anything before you use it, because how it survives is it has a natural protectant around it that keeps the insects away, and it doesn't germinate until it's in this proper state. When the moisture is good, when the soil is good. So it's its own natural defense. So don't be scared by having to wash a grain or wash quinoa before you use it, okay? It's just something that naturally happens. All right. So in order to, oh, look at this. I'm getting ready to start and I see some smoke coming up. Oh.
How's the quinoa spelled?
Quinoa. So there's just a little bit of smoke coming up, and that's when we're just going to add our ribs. Close it back up. It's not quite at a roaring smoke that I want it to be at, so I'm going to keep the flame on. And we're going to close it.